folks, welcome to the Prepared Homestead. This is Travis. Thank you all for stopping by to watch. Are you ready for Judgment Day? No, I'm not speaking necessarily of the biblical Judgment Day. I'm speaking of a reference to the movie Terminator. Yes. Are you ready for that? Because we're just getting closer and closer to it. And I know that there's a lot of people out there that still kind of making excuses for it. It's been completely amazing to me how so many of the people that were against, the pokey poke, against mRNA, against artificial intelligence and digital currencies, and against all these types of technologies, Operation Warp Speed, all of this stuff is now shifting gears and like, oh, it's a good thing. I've seen several posts in the last few days online of people saying that Operation Warp Speed was great. I mean, it was necessary. It was put into place to save people's lives. And if that hadn't been done, the government would have just come in and destroyed everything. So the government had to come in and destroy everything with Operation Warp Speed. It makes no sense. Some of you this morning's video made some comments. I saw briefly. I've been really busy today, but you were right. RF Kennedy Jr. has been doing the confirmation hearing stuff, and it does sound like that he's not quite as anti-pokey poke as you think. He was praising Operation Warp Speed. And that's what I'm saying, that people are like, oh, well, it was a good thing. It was a good thing. Well, what I'm talking about with the Terminator and Judgment Day is now the government, the White House, Trump administration is saying that OpenAI, which is the big AI, that I've been talking about, them and a couple of others that are going to be receiving this $500 billion of investment from the United States to build an AI infrastructure. Remember that last week or whatever? Well, now they're saying that this OpenAI will be working with the government to ensure security for our nuclear weapons facilities. So they will be in charge. So this artificial intelligence is going to oversee nuclear weapons. At what point will the artificial intelligence be the one deciding on whether to use those nuclear weapons? I mean, if you're going to give them control over the security, give it them. We live in such a crazy world with pronouns anyways. What do you call it? Give it. There you go. Give it control over the nuclear weapons when it comes to security. At what point does it, the AI, have control over, whether to use them? This is, I don't know. I'm sure there are some people out there that still think that this is a great idea. But most of the only people that I've seen of the expert level that are saying this is a great idea are the ones that have will financially benefit from this. Most that I have read of people that are very knowledgeable in the development of these technologies are saying that we're moving too fast. It's being developed too quickly. It's being pushed too much. And if you step back, which is what I've been saying for years now, if you step back and try to see the bigger picture, you will see all of this stuff, Operation Warp Speed, the mRNA pokey poke, the whole COVID stuff, all of these things that are happening are all shifting. I don't know what else to say. A timeline, shifting the momentum and the direction into an area where I firmly believe that artificial intelligence, these massive supercomputers, are going to be in control of a lot of things. And who is going to be in control of those artificial intelligence systems? Well, it's not going to be you and I, that's for sure. And you're not going to be able to say, well, I don't like this person, let's impeach them, or let's vote in another person. At some point, there's bound to be a takeover of artificial intelligence. And I don't think it's just a Hollywood movie. I think it's very real. And for many years now, there have been plenty of scientists warning that, you keep pushing, going down this road, it's going to end up pretty bad. And the push is now very serious. Over the last couple of years, and I know someone's going to say artificial intelligence has been around a long time. I get that. I know that. One of the first that was presented to the American people was the Facebook website itself. Most people don't realize that. The very earliest versions was a type of AI that was just, gathering information from people. But in the last couple of years, AI has become a very common thing. People play around with it. They write books with it. They write term papers. They come up with silly memes. It's become more normal, right? And that's just happened in the last couple of years or so. I think we're very much seeing that from pretty much right about now, I guess you could say the Trump administration starting, that AI is going to be pushed to new levels. Is it there yet? Is it capable of it yet? I don't know. It's quite possible that what the government is working with is. But the point is that I think we're shifting into a new era. We've heard about this golden era. America's going to be in a golden era. Does that mean artificial intelligence? Is that the new era? Because that's really being pushed. And it's like the people, like I said in the beginning of this, so many of the people that were very adamant against a lot of this stuff that's connected to it, digital identifications and digital created, serums in your body and Operation Warp Speed to employ it or deploy it, artificial intelligence and control of money and all this other stuff. Are now it's okay. I mean, here lately, and I don't know this. I'm just, I guess you could say, making an assumption. Assumptions are, you can really mess things up assuming things. But here lately, Donald Trump has been really hammering against income taxes and against the Federal Reserve. Elon Musk has said quite a bit recently, that inflation is because of government spending. It's because of the Federal Reserve. It's because of, how there's been various people in Congress talking about this, that, it's just watering down the system. All that is correct. It's all correct. My question is where are they headed towards this? What are they going to use to replace it? Because if you're going to say that the Federal Reserve, the U.S. currency, and the current, that it is the debt, the identifications methods, all of these things, taxation. If these are all faulty systems, then what are you planning to replace it with? And my thought is that it's probably going to be digital. Is that the new the talking points, the motive to get people, to get the supporters to say, oh yes, income taxes is bad. This is what we've been saying for years and years. Oh yes, the Federal Reserve is bad. We've been saying that for years. And I've not heard anyone say from a White House level that the Federal Reserve is bad. We need a solid money system that's gold-backed. We need to go back to a solid gold-backed money system. I'm not really talking about that. It's just that, income taxes is bad, Federal Reserve is bad, inflation and debt, they're all bad. Well, we all agree on that. But with this insane push for digital and AI and all this and crypto and everything, are we watching a narrative being spun and sold to the people so that in a little while they can come back and say, and now that you agree with us on that, here we have a solution. We have artificial intelligence, we have digital currencies, crypto, we have digital identifications, we have all of these things, and guess what? It's going to fix all that. You're not going to pay income taxes. You're not going to have to fill out your income tax forms. You're not going to have to worry about your money losing value, and you're going to have total control of it. And you'll be able to instantly transact all over the world, cutting out the middleman. All of this stuff. It will force reduction of spending on the government level. All of these things. It's all going to be great, folks. We just have to switch everything over to digital. And of course, it will be such a massive infrastructure because there's going to be so much digital. Well, humans can't control that. We have to switch it over to AI, let AI control it. Just like as a few years ago, the CIA announced that they were switching over to artificial intelligence, and with all the data that they collect, that they could no longer process all the data that they collect. So they've switched over to artificial intelligence processing all that data. And it's going to be the same way. You know, we got to switch over to digital forms of money and identifications and taxations and government running and spending and everything. But it's going to be way too much for, you know, humans to process all that and to keep up on it. So we need to switch over to artificial intelligence. I mean, we're going to let artificial intelligence run our nuclear systems. We might as well let it run our monetary systems, right? And so many people are blindly following this and think that, well, it must be good because it's coming from the new White House, right? Instead of stopping and realizing that these are the very same things that people were speaking out against just a year or two or three ago. We were speaking out against this stuff. And now it's becoming acceptable. It's not changed much other than a different person is speaking about it. And I'm telling you, you better be ready for this. This is a warning because it's coming. I mean, if they're going to control our nuclear weapons facilities, or at least the security for those facilities, then I'd think that there's probably no end to which artificial intelligence will have in our government, in our lives. And it's not coming in decades down the road, folks. It's not going to be, you know, some of these things. Well, it's, you know, it'll be in my grandchildren's lifetime. No, it's most likely going to be in our lifetime. Like this is happening fast. If you go back and you create a timeline of just the last, say, 6 years of the growth, expansion, the development of artificial intelligence, it absolutely blows your mind. I mean, it's to the point now that humans can't even come up with a mathematical number of how fast artificial intelligence is developing. It's almost beyond human comprehension at this point. And so throwing trillions of dollars into it and having full government support of developing it, I'd say it's just going to speed up even more. And we have to be prepared for this. I don't have all the solutions. I don't think anyone has all the solutions. I can give you a few ideas, and so can other people. But we're watching the beast system being developed. It may not be the beast system, but it is, I believe what we're seeing is the infrastructure that the beast system will be built upon. It's being developed. And you better be ready for that. And the best thing that I can think of is your contingency plan has to be to disconnect as much as you can from the system. And I know many of you are going to say that's an impossibility. Maybe it is. Maybe it's not. But you're going to have to do the best that you can. That's why I continue to advocate developing strong communities. Because in the end, if you have to do that, having a strong community that's supportive of that is going to be the best and easiest way to go. This is a dangerous path, a slippery slope that we're on. And I don't really see anyone right now really speaking out against it. And unfortunately, many of the people that are now in favor of it just because there's a different leader that's promoting it. You need to be getting ready, folks. Get your houses in order, wake up, get preparing mentally, physically, and spiritually. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next video.